Your subconscious perceptions are changed via the imagination. How does using your imagination actually take away at the power of gang stalking or the misinterpretation of your perceptions? What do I mean by that? Perceptions have many components. So perception of something is its concept and how one perceives it. Is it negative? Is it positive? Does it mean anything? Does it bring any type of memory, any thought, any type of emotion? For example, the word, let's say, perception of myself. I'm gonna start with this. So how I perceive myself it encompasses every single one of my experiences, my actions, my plans for the future, my current actions, how I feel about myself, how I perceive myself. Am I a mess? Am I schizophrenic? Am I not? You know, whatever. That is a perception. The thing is that our perceptions are most of the time dictated by the outside world. And by that, I mean that someone can say the word lose. Like that's the word lose. And I can either perceive it as one, and offensive because someone is calling me lose. Or someone is talking about, I don't know, a bolt that is loose. So notice that perception, that word in itself has the ability to be perceived in those two manners from the context that I'm giving you. However, it is up to what I imagine the person means. So if I am in a state of mind where I'm relaxed, right? And I feel confident about myself. So I am in a positive psychological state without any current psychological disturbance. I'm gonna perceive the word lose as, maybe someone is telling someone to lose a game, or there is a bolt lose or something. But if I am having a current psychological disturbance where I think negative of myself, then I'm gonna feel personally attacked. Now, notice that the word is the same. Maybe the intonation. So the intonation, the way that the person is saying the word, like lose, and the context, of course, like if they're showing you a bolt and they're saying this bolt is lose, the only reason that I would perceive that as a personal attack is if I feel that the person is imposing it has a negative energy to themselves, which is exactly how gang stalking works your perceptions. And if a bunch of people are telling you this is lose, and they say to a point where that they're saying that, and this word is imposed with the same intonation, is told to you with the same facial expression, a lot of times your mind, you're going to be in the psychological habit of perceiving the word lose as a personal attack. That is exactly how gang stalking works, how they mess with your perceptions. They are turning your perceptions upside down by making the psychological, by producing a psychological habit of of perceiving words that are neutral in meaning as a personal attack. They are literally changing your perception of reality. That is a perceptual change. Schizophrenia doesn't do this. Okay, so I know I'm not schizophrenic. So, I mean, you can think whatever you want. It's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. But no. In fact, I'm not even going to defend that anymore. Because I have explained enough concepts of gang stalking for the people who watch this channel to be able to understand, which the people who are interested in gang stalking and how it works, how it functions, those are my target audience. People who are accusing me of being schizophrenic are not my target audience. So I'm gonna stop defending that. And I'm just gonna ignore those comments because they are absolutely meaningless. I already did a video, my previous video, that says, oh, am I schizophrenic? Considering this. So, gang stalking is the actual, true, is the manipulation of a person to interpret normal, to change their perceptions as an attack. And I'm using the word loose because I saw this happening. I saw when it was happening. I was at work. I was exhausted. And I was in a state of mind where my perceptions were stronger than my willpower. And yeah, I had this happen where people were like, lose. And that's exactly what happened. And the things that I saw this happening and I became, and all of a sudden I regained my consciousness. I got disconnected, how it's called. And that's where I began to understand what that was. So going back to the crux of this video, the imagination is an incredible factor in gang stalking, because when someone is saying lose, you are in the gang stalkers that have been imposed by reality are telling you that you are being laughed at for being loose. Because remember, the moment that people in reality start behaving normally, the gang stalkers in your mind, your perceptions of what gang stalking is, their perceptions are imagined. Because you were conditioned while you were tired. Your imagination, my imagination, as an individual who has been a target, my perceptions were worked in such a way that your imagination is literally begins interpreting words in a particular way. But the thing is that when one doesn't know what the imagination actually does, or how, or what is the contributing factor of the imagination in gang stalking, one will not be able to understand what is actually happening. One will think that what you are seeing is true. However, the gang stalkers that you're seeing are your imagination. They are impositions of the imagination that have been prepared by actual people in order for you to misunderstand or to not know the difference between imagination and reality. So I have now such a clear grasp of exactly the mechanism through which gang stalking actually works. And that's it. So your perceptions are worked so hard in one direction that is actually done in order to offend you, that when you are normal, you won't notice, but the people that you're seeing, when they say a word that activates a memory, or a memory, that an experience, when that happens, you are triggered, because it's you're not seeing the what your imagination is doing at that point, because you're focused on the present. But when the trigger word is said, it triggers the memory, and the memory pulls the experience, and the experience then pulls the connotation, your experience of the gang stalking. And when that happens, it pulls the perception from that imposition of actual people into your imagination. So you are in fact imagining things, but the thing is that this reality that you're imagining is based on something that you actually went through, on something that has actually happened to you. That's the actual mechanism of gang stalking. It's like, why would anyone in their right mind, or even in their wrong mind, would want to imagine people calling them lose? You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. I would never imagine that by my own volition, by my own will. I have absolutely no reason to think that of me, of myself. By the way, if you're enjoying this content, I recommend and suggest, and I would greatly appreciate you to subscribe and like. I notice on my YouTube analytics that I'm getting more views when I'm showing my face. So that's good. Even though I feel like I look like I just woke up and I don't look my best, but my priority. Well, I feel like I look good. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I look good. However, please don't take that as me being stuck up or conceited. Please don't. And what was my point? Oh yeah, so I noticed that that you guys are actually enjoying my content where I'm showing my face, even though this is barely my second video of me talking to you guys like this. I'm noticing that I got more views, like boom, and I posted it like at night. I'm noticing that I got more views, and I noticed that I got more comments. So I really appreciate you guys. I really do. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, and here I talk about the mind, and I talk about gang stalking, because I was gang stalked for like 7 years. Now I'm sure it was 7 years, and surprise, I didn't go crazy. I felt like I was. However, this entire 7 years, I was trying to understand what was actually happening. And that understanding led me to understand a lot of aspects of the mind that I would have not discovered otherwise. So this channel, it's called the Gang Stalking Playbook, because here I tell you everything, the truth about gang stalking. Also, I want to talk to you about the secrets of the mind, and the importance of the imagination, and its critical part that it actually takes in order to realize gang stalking. So gang stalking is literally an upside down version of, it's where reality works your imagination, and then your imagination works on your reality. It balances like that, which is why typically one person is exhausted when the actual gang stalking programming happens. So programming and gang stalking is the programming of the imagination. Anyways, so now again we're going to the crux of this video. This could have been 3 different videos, However, I get really excited, and I'm gonna start having a little reminder of what my topic is, so that I will stop going on tangents. I apologize, and I appreciate your time, and I do not mean to go on a tangent in order to waste your time. I go on a tangent because I get really, really excited of what this is, and now that I am actually thinking about the whole tangent thing, it takes away at what you clicked this. It takes away at the primary focus of what this video should be. And this video should be about the why is it that the imagination is crucial in keeping your reality stable. So the imagination is the one part of the mind I go on a tangent because I feel that there are a lot of other topics that you need to understand in order for me to be able to completely clarify what I'm talking about. However, I will change that. And I will have, in order for me to be able to explain to you concisely what I'm talking about in each video, I have to label each video perfectly, and I have to only cover that topic. So this is now clear to me. And now the topic. So when one is imagining what one is saying, like if I'm closing my eyes and I imagine myself, my face saying, lose. When the fact that I have my entire face in my imagination, I say the word lose, so my mouth knows my thought is the word lose. Therefore, when I speak it in my imagination, the word lose stays congruent with the movement of my mouth that says lose. And because I'm seeing that, my ears also know what I should be perceiving, lose. So I'm imagining the concept lose of losing something or losing a game, like the verb to lose something. Like I lost. So when I think that, that is the concept of lose that I have. Not of a loose asshole. So I don't think that of myself. I never have. However, I felt that that was implied by gang stalkers, you know. So the fact that I close my eyes and then I think the word lose, and my mind doing that is a resynchronization of the imagination with the word lose, the concept of the verb to lose, what the ears should be hearing when someone says lose, and the movement of the mouth, the subvocalization, and possibly the emotion or the imagined emotion. So the imagination or the mind's eye is only part of the human body that can make everything about you recongruent. It can synchronize your perceptions. It is the only part of the human mind, the only part of the human that has the power to communicate with every single part of the human body. Because your imagination is the ability to visualize and think at the same time. When you're thinking and you're expressing the thoughts, you are working the synchronization. But, well, let me say this. Let me stay on this topic. So, when you think lose and you try to imagine the concept, Like when I think of the word lose, I see like a scoreboard, and then it says lost or like lose. You know, like a team lost. And you can change this perception at any time through your imagination. You can change this at any time through your imagination. So I'm not gonna change it to my asshole being loose. I'm not gonna change that. However, I'm gonna change I'm gonna change it to a bolt is loose. And perhaps me being sad because, or let's say like an arm of a leg of a chair is loose, and the chair is wobbly. So when I think now loose, because I thought of the word loose, and then I visualize a chair with a loose leg. Now, when I think loose, my mind pulls up the concept of the chair. Loose. Try it. So think of the word lose, right? And now visualize the word, the LOSE, or lose. And now just say lose. And think of a team that lost. And imagine the scoreboard, all right? So the scoreboard says there, and it says lost, lost and win, or whatever. Or lose, LOSE, I'm sorry. So LOSE. You lose and you win. So, and now just say the word lose. Lose, 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 lose. And use your imagination while you say the word lose. And you're gonna keep seeing what you said, what you imagined. What you imagined, the scoreboard, exactly the one that you imagined is gonna pop up in your mind's eye. Now, think of say lose, the exact same way. Don't say lose, say lose. But imagine the word LOOSE, lose. And say it in the exact same way. Don't change anything, any enunciation. Just change the spelling. So say lose, and in your mind just spell the word. Look at the word lose. Now, when you say it, lose, use your imagination and say the word lose. If you don't see anything, that means that you haven't worked that your imagination needs a little bit more exercise. Then you need to use it a little bit more. So now, when you think of the word lose, you think of lose, LOOSE. You say the same thing, but now the spelling changed in your imagination. Because you just changed it. That's how immediate the changes in your subconscious mind are done via the imagination. The changes are literally immediate. So now let's change the concept. So you have the word lose, LOOSE. Now, imagine the concept of a chair with a loose leg, and the chair is wobbly. So just imagine yourself moving the chair, right? And now just think of the word. So put that aside, but imagine. Just do the work in your mind. And now think of the word lose. And just notice that the word that pops up in your head is the word LOOSE. And now when you think of something loose, your mind is gonna be trying to be like, what do you mean? Is it the loose of the game or the loose of the chair, the loose leg of the chair? And you just keep pushing the loose leg of the chair. Just keep imagining that. And now go back to it, loose. Immediately in your mind, the word lose is going to be L-O-O-S-E, and you're going to imagine the word loose. You're going to imagine the concept of loose being the loose leg of a chair. If you did this exercise with me, you have literally changed your the subconscious meaning of the word loose. Well, you literally have changed your perception of when you say loose. What is going in your subconscious mind? What is it that you're going to be thinking about? When you hear someone say the word loose, like you say it, like we just said it, loose. Now, when I say loose, you should think of the word L-O-O-S-E, and you should think of a loose chair, of a chair with a loose leg. So the imagination has the power to change your subconscious mind of anything that you want in an instant. Your imagination is literally your subconscious mind. Literally. So that is what I want. That is the crux of this video, is that what you imagine, if the way that you imagine your reality is how your subconscious mind perceives it. Your subconscious perceptions are changed via the imagination. And whenever you start imagining that gang stalkers say the word loose because you have a loose asshole, you're subconsciously programming you're programming your subconscious mind to think of you having a loose asshole whenever you think of the word loose or whenever someone says it. It is literally a subconscious programming or a subconscious modification. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please give me a like and a subscribe. Also, if you do the exercise, these subconscious exercises are so important, because once you understand that you actually have access to your subconscious mind in such a way that it enables you to detect any type of modification that in your perception of yourself and of reality that the behavior of a person has imposed on you, you will know. And knowing is power, because that way you're gonna know if someone has actually affected your subconscious mind in a way that is detrimental to your well-being and to the best way into your self-perception. So if you do the exercise, please tell me your experience. And yeah, when you think of loose, now I'm thinking of a loose chair. And yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.